Hello, my name is Heather Waters. This semester, I designed a teacher work sample that used a variety of teaching strategies to cater to my students' interests, strengths, needs, and learning styles. I want to take a few minutes to share what I experienced throughout this process and what I learned along the way about myself and my future teaching career. I compare the experience to navigating a difficult maze with twists and turns, roadblocks, and dead ends. In the beginning, I felt apprehensive but excited about the project. I decided the best way to get past the fear of the unknown was to jump right in and get started. I quickly headed in the direction of the contextual factors paper. I felt confident that I knew which way to go and what I needed to complete the assignment. I gathered information about the community and school district in Gardner, Kansas, and went to observe an 8th grade English class at Pioneer Ridge Middle School. Once I had all the information I thought I needed to complete the paper, I sat down to write and suddenly drew a blank. I wondered why. Why do I need to know these things? What do I need to include in this paper? What is the deeper meaning here? I quickly realized I couldn't answer these questions on my own, and I panicked. I called on my classmates for help, and we did some good old-fashioned collaborating. After all, we had been learning in class about Rufy's theories on collaborating and how important it is for learning. I found out several of my classmates felt just like I did. Together, we were able to answer each other's questions, and soon I was back on track. I finished the contextual factors paper and began working on creating learning goals. What I learned during this process and in each section after was that the contextual factors paper wasn't just a paper. It was the starting point for every other section of the teacher work sample. The contextual factors determined which direction I needed to go. As I worked on the learning goals paper, I found myself confused again. I knew what I wanted to say, but I couldn't think of how to say it. I felt defeated, but not ready to give up. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're the habit gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're the habit gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're the habit gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're the habit gonna keep me down. Once I got past the learning goals and started working on the assessment plan, I really started questioning myself. I felt like I was just going through the motions of completing the project. I was completing the papers on time, but I didn't feel like any of it made any sense to me. I decided to take some time to myself and reflect on what I had learned and what it meant to me as a future teacher. As I started working on the design for instruction, I felt positive about it. I was finally beginning to realize what this whole process is about. The teacher work sample, I came to believe, is an in-depth look at who my students are, how they learn, what their interests are, and how do those things impact and influence the way that I teach them. I came to realize that a dead end isn't always an end. It can be just another turn in the maze. There will be times when I'm teaching when I feel like I'm leading my class in the right direction, and the reality will be that I'm 10 steps ahead of them and pulling away fast. It's then that I will have to set a new course. I'll revisit the contextual factors and my instructional strategies and give it another try. After all, the goal is that the students master the objective, no matter how long it takes. I decided you have to plan for instruction, but you also have to be willing to throw that plan out of the window if it doesn't meet the needs of your students. You have to continually assess student learning and analyze the data so you can make the right changes to your instruction. Basically, you have to take it one step at a time. still have a ways to go before I will be comfortable in my own class, but the work I completed this semester makes me more confident that I can do it. There are still important things to learn and fine-tune, like classroom management, how to create authenticity, and how to vary my instruction to best suit the needs of all of my students. I can see the light at the end of the tunnel and know that the time is near when I will finally be able to stand in front of a classroom full of my students. I'm sure I'll be just as nervous as I was on my first day of kindergarten, only this time, thanks to everything I learned this semester and everything I have yet to learn, I will know exactly what to expect and be ready for anything.